Okay guys, this video is kind of going to be about my cheap jigs that I use. So I guess this makes it another one of those windy day, no fishing videos about cheap fishing, or however you want to call it. Basically what I'm going to do is go through the jigs that I use, and to make them economical, I kind of just buy these bear jigs. This is a 4 ounce. These are 6 ounce, and they just come like this. I get them in an 8 packs from this online vendor on eBay. I'll put the link in the description, or probably at the end of the video. I'll do a screenshot of the guy's site. He just does jigs, and they come up pretty cheap. Like I said, they vary between $1.50 to $2.50. I get them for each by buying the 8 packs. The price difference is if you win them on auction, they usually go for about $7 or $8 for the 8 packs, and then he has a flat rate $6 for regardless of what you buy or how much you buy. It's just a flat $6. I think when I buy them and I'm in dire need of them, I'll just buy it now, and then that runs between around $12 to $13 for the 8 pack. But like I said, if you can have the time, he does do auctions, and they usually average out between $6 and $8. So just depending if you have time and he's got the right stuff that you want. But the kind of the selection of the stuff that I use, I mean the bear jigs, I do paint them. I don't go anything fancy. I just have some basic Krylon white primer that I shoot them with, and then I've got some acrylic paint. This is a glow in the dark, and this is a yellow chartreuse. As you can see, I'm pretty boring in the way I do them. My personal knowledge base on it is I don't think that 300 to 400 feet down that fish are seeing color or the reflection from the sun, so I don't feel the need for the fancier glossy colors and stuff. And I even think this yellow and chartreuse really make a difference. It's kind of the white, and then offset that with the dark finish on it will kind of give them a good strike color. But outside of that, then I have the solid rings, and I think those are $5 for a pack of 8. And split rings. Owner sells split rings, but I get these cheaper at West Marine. They're like $2 a pack for 5 or 6 or something like that. So I just buy those split rings. Then I've got this Kevlar line. This is 200 pound. You'll see at Spirit. What it is that it's the line they use for the spear guns, the tubing, and that they use on the spear guns, and this is how they basically tie the line to it or something. But anyways, it's Kevlar line. You can get that from 100 to thousands of pound strengths, but 200 seems like a good average, so I just got a spool of that. I think it's 50 yards there, and I paid about $8 for that on eBay. And split rim pliers are very important. I mean, almost a must-have. And I got these for like $2 or $3. They're just nothing special about them, but highly necessary. And then I've got a package of the shrink tube, and which this part is really not necessary, which gets that shrink tube effect over the knot. Not necessary, but I just go ahead and do it. And you can get a package like this for like $4 or $5, which will be good for tons of them. On the cheap side again, I don't go anything special on the hooks. These are just some 6/0 O'Shaughnessy mustads. I just knew that they needed to be kind of wider than the width of the actual lure so that they don't get jammed up. So they're a little bit wider, so they fit fairly well. But you can go pretty much as big as you like for these lures there. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, 4 ounce, 6 ounce, just a little bit of different shapes. I need a little bit of a heavier weight when the currents are a little bit more faster than usual. And a lighter for the shrink tube, scissors to cut stuff. I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of these that I've already spray painted with the white, flat white primer, and then go ahead and rig up some of the assist hooks on it. And then the coloration is just, I take a Q-tip and whichever paint and then throw some little bit of paint on it. Nothing's fancy. Like I said, I really truly don't think they could see much anything down there, so I think the white stands out as much as anything. And then on hazy days, I think this comes out as dark, so I don't even color that side, so I have a little bit of contrast there. Anyways, I'll go ahead and tie a quick assist hook, see how easy it is, and then you can go ahead and make yours. I think the net cost I'm looking at is between $2.50 to $3 per lure, which is very important because, I mean, they average probably on average between $7 and $10, and with the range of going up to $20 to $30 for those real fancy knife jigs and stuff. I just wouldn't be able to handle it if I lose those. So a couple bucks still bothers me. So I'll lose one or two and I'll jump to different wrecks just to, if I have shark problems. But if I lose three, then I'm calling it on the wreck fishing and I'll go do something else because I don't want to invest that much money in these things. Super fun to use, but like I said, I'm not going to be popping $20 bills every time you drop them down. That's just heartbreaking. So anyways, let me go ahead and throw one of these together so you can check it out.
We will be moving into my bedroom. My father converted it into his home office, and now I'm going to be trying to speak. I'm a little bored. Yeah, what do you do? Never thought I'd be doing this long. The army turns are great. It's just not how I thought it would be.
What do you have?
Oh, please be my guest. Let's stay down sometime for Santa.
Okay, let's go ahead and make one of these assist hooks real quick here. I've got the Kevlar line. We'll do one of these here. What I try to target it to come out as is approximately a third of the way up, is to have the hooks lay somewhere with it where it's about between a half and then a third of the way up. Anywhere around that area there seems fine. Measure that out. You got to remember that you're going to have a split ring, and then you'll have a solid ring that's going to be attached to that, and then the line attached to the fishing line, and then the Kevlar to the solid ring there, and then it's going to be with tension up, so this will be on the eye there, and this will be held up there. So we're looking right about there. So we'll trim some of this off. Okay, get it even. So we're even there. All you're gonna just do is a normal overhand knot. Pretty basic. Oh, and this is just a real simple way. I mean, I think there's probably a lot of ways these guys tie them. This is just a real non-busybody way of doing it. So you just do an overhand knot, take the hook, and run the hook through that hole that's still there. Okay, and then you could snug it down because you're pretty much done with the tying of the rig. It's that basically that simple. Then you're going to take the Kevlar line and run it through the eye of the hook and tighten it up. That's it. I mean, that's about as fancy as it gets, and I don't see it really coming off. So, and then when it's attached to the hook, we're going to be right about there. Okay, so before we attach it to that split ring, we can go ahead and do a shrink tube to it. Cut a section off and go a little bit longer, and I use this to stretch it a bit to make it easier to go over the knot. Okay, run that through. That'll fit over the knot nicely. Guess we could trim these here. Makes it a little harder to cut. Not real necessary. And then you can kind of feel where the eye of the hook is, but you want to pull that back. Okay, so it's basically in the center there. I'm going to take lighter and just kind of want to make sure you're not scorching the Kevlar line, although it's probably pretty sturdy. Some of the guys say what you can do is get boiling water and just pour boiling water over it over the sink. And I'll do the same thing. Then you lessen the risk of weakening the line by the heat. But it's soft, hot, and pliable at the moment. So that's basically done there. Then we're going to take the solid ring and I'm just going to run that through there. Tension it up. Okay, so we've got that there. Then we'll use our split rings pliers. I didn't mention before is that although I'm paying not a lot for the split rings, they are the nice good stainless steel ones. I don't remember what the weight class is on them, but because we're rigging this with the stainless steel solid ring, most of the pressure is going to be between the line to the hook. So this is basically just has to be able to hold the lure weight. It's just going to be free lining there, so it's not like it's going to be some direct tension on this. That's what the importance of having the solid ring is. Then pop that open. Twist it on. Okay. And that's basically it. We'll tie. You always make sure you tie your leader to the solid ring, and then that gives it one continuous run from there to there, and you're not having this putting any tension on the hook for to pull the hook out. It won't have that leverage like if the hook was tied directly to the lure. The weight of it can cause the hook to basically pop out at an odd direction when it's fighting, and then cause you to lose the fish. Or with the line being tied directly to the solid line, it's just like one continuous direct fish to the hook. And as you'll see, with it in tension, it lays up right in that little sweet zone there, anywhere between half and then down to the bottom there. So that's it. And you could run two if you want. Again, it's not real necessary. I mean, you might miss a bite or two, but I don't think it's enough where I'm worried about having to run two of them. And plus, I lessens the risk of snagging on the bottom, not having the two. And plus, you don't lose two rigs when you lose one lure. So that's basically it. You see, it's how fast it is. Once you do that initial cost outlay of buying the different components, you can make quite a few of them for way cheaper than buying the factory built stock ones. But to each his own, different budgets, different people. So, and you'll see, I just can get creative with it if you want. This one has a double. But that's basically it. I'll usually take about 3 of each out there, just depending on the conditions. And if it's really cranking even more, then I could always go order maybe a 10 ounce or a 12 ounce and just have a real fast dropping jig there. But usually okay with these. Anyways, that's about it. Thank you very much. Okay, here's the guy that I get the jigs from. His name is Kevin JC1 with the number 1. So Kevin JC1. You can kind of see through his stuff. He just sells all jig related stuff. A lot of bare bones stuff. So you kind of assemble your own, which makes it nice. Here is, well, these are 6 ounce, the ones I got. So he's got them for a buy it now price of $14.49 for 8 of them. And then remember, he ships everything for $6. So you can stack multiple items and it's just $6. He just throws them all together, which makes it kind of nice. Otherwise, he's got, yeah, these are a bid, an auction. That's pretty much ending, and they're $8 for 8 of the 3 ounce. And that's roughly about what I've been seeing, is between $6 to $8 have been with these little 8 packs of the different types of jigs have been going for. But seems like he's got quite a bit of different varieties that you can choose from, and it's 3-day shipping. So I'm in Florida, I get it in 3 days. I forgot where he's at, but you can get stuff pretty quick. Anyways, that is the guy. That's my connection.